What's good, people? What's good? Boxing, beats, and rhymes. Now, what am I doing here? I'm trying to make sense of the world. But ain't we all? We're all trying to make sense of it. STREAMYARD. Toby, what's good? Right. Right. Let's see if we can find the stream. And we'll crack on. All things Canelo Alvarez. That don't mean we're not going to talk about other things, depending how long we go for. But Canelo is the main focus right now. Well, he has to be, isn't it? Like, Canelo has to be the main focus. Because, unless Canelo, yeah, no doubt, Toffee man, thumbs up as you enter the stream. Big up, Gerard. Big up. Hit the like, people. Yep. No doubt. Hit the thumbs. We've got to talk about Canelo, man. We've got to talk about Canelo. Now, the problem is, me not being a greedy guts and eating this chocolate ice cream while I'm talking. But it is what it is. Now, Canelo has a fan base who are not reasonable. But they're not the issue because Canelo's decisions are his own. They're not reasonable. Because you can praise Canelo when he's doing good stuff. But as soon as you pull him up on some stuff that, needs questioning, then it's a big issue. And like, all right, let's start with this. Some say Canelo can do whatever he wants. Well, technically, so can I. And so can you. But when you take that indulgent personality trait, you are often going to be criticized, for either being like a boxer. You're not challenging yourself. You don't smoke. And they don't like that. They want you to accept everything. And I don't see how they accept everything. I don't get it. You accept everything this guy does? And don't push back? Ismail, he says, Beats, I miss your career reviews. Can you do one on Vladimir Klitschko? Are you talking about the critical looks? The infamous critical looks? That is the most requested format to bring back, the critical look. I do want to do it, but I was going to return and do it the other day. I want to revise it, though, and revamp it a little. And when I was considering doing it again, I didn't get around to revamp. I had some ideas to revamp it. And then as soon as I do, I think I will get back to that. I think I will. What's up, Hacks? Phil Larkin, what's good? Sports Fan 1. I want to ask a question. In the last weekly I did, I said Canelo put a 10-pound rehydration clause on Kovalev. Now that's what I thought happened. Some said, was there a rehydration clause or not? Because now I had one person saying there isn't. I'm looking for the receipts. Was there a rehydration clause or not? Because I always believed there was. Fan to Shadow Walker, what's good? He said, just tuning in to what I can only assume will be a great show as always. Big up Beats. Big up yourself. Gerard, he said, I'm sick of Canelo not fighting mandatories, and I don't care if he's the money man. Joshua is a money man, but he fought his mandos when they were due. Indeed. Gerard said, yes, there was a clause with Kovalev Beats. That's what I always thought. That's what I always thought. Big up Case K. That's what I. But hey, if I stand corrected, I have no issue. You know what I mean? I think it was a Canelo fan. He must have thought I was just trying to throw shade. No, I was quoting the information that I thought was accessible to everybody. I thought that was put in a rehydration clause. I thought that was the case. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Did Kovalev say there were? Or somebody saying Buddy McGirt, who was training Kovalev, said there wasn't. I don't know. Canelo was the new Mayweather, says Afro Jam. In terms of I guess because they're both the cash cows and some people don't like the opponents they're taking. Okay. Phil Larkin, Canelo is going to bankrupt the PBC if they're careful. If they're not careful, I think he meant to write. Well, also, they're now saying there was a 55 million offer for Canelo to take on Benavidez, but Canelo's saying, or somebody from Canelo's camp is saying, they never received the offer from Canelo. So you see, like, all the damage control. No, there wasn't a rematch clause. No, there wasn't a 55 million offer. No, it wasn't offered to fight. And the Canelo contingency are now saying it was David Benavidez who ducked the Canelo fight. Now, what's the theory on that? Does anyone have a theory on that? Why they're saying that? Is there any receipts on that? I'll be interested. If you get the receipts, I'll explore them and look at it. That's all. You know what I mean? Nothing set in stone as far as I'm concerned. Look at the preponderance of evidence before you convict. Case, he says, Canelo kept saying they never got an offer. It's so much drama. It's so much drama. You don't know where to start, where it finishes, and like what's in between. That's the truth. That is the truth. That is the truth. I mean, he could say he didn't get an offer. Does he need an offer to make the fight? You don't need an offer to make the fight. If you wanted to fight, you could have called for it. Why don't you just call for it? I mean, okay. So Canelo's saying that an offer was never made. But has he ever asked for the fight? Is the question. Has he ever asked for it? I don't recall. I do not recall. All right. Let's go on Twitter. Oh, man. What the flip is that? Twitter is mad, you know. Twitter is just mad, bro. Twitter is just mad. Crazy. Dodge, what's going down? He says, Beats, putting in that work. Big up, Dodge. Yes, yes, yes. Case K, I'm not saying anyone is ducking, but Canelo can make a Benavidez fight today if he wanted it. Exactly. 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 So, you know, I mean, see, if I was to tell a Canelo fan, okay, I won't use the word duck because it seems to offend you. But if I was to say, it looks like Canelo doesn't want the Benavidez fight, they would say, oh, well, you know, Canelo, he didn't get an offer. And Benavidez priced himself out. And if he had went to the WBC convention, he would have been in line to fight Canelo. But he didn't go deliberately say he wouldn't get the fight. And it's a bit ridiculous, really, isn't it? A bit ridiculous. Okay, Gerard says he wants Canelo to bugger off, the same as I want the Fury clan to bugger off so much head work. A lot of people are had enough of Canelo right now. A lot of people. Phil Larkin, if Canelo beats Benavidez, which he probably does, what have PBC got left? What, at 168 or anywhere? It looks a bit depleted there. It really does. Case K, big up Case. He says, would Benavidez duck a Canelo payday hosted on his platform? Doesn't make sense to me. I don't think he would. Are they saying like, okay, because he hasn't made the offer, he doesn't want the fight? I don't believe there's any suggestion of that. Wizard is saying, when did Ngannou become an ATG? Must have missed it. Who's saying that? That's crazy. Ngannou ain't no ATG. He beat Tyson Fury. Well, no, he didn't beat Tyson Fury. He ran Tyson Fury close. In a lot of people's opinions, he should have got the decision. But you know, his accomplishments. If he's an ATG, what does that make Anthony Joshua then? You know what I mean? Yeah, people go a bit over the top, you know. Like Francis has got his acid test, you know, in a few weeks' time. Is it next week? March the 1st is next week, ain't it March the 1st? Whoa. Big things, bro. Yeah, man. Like, looking forward to that. Looking forward to next week, man. Like, the only thing I think AJ has to worry about is perhaps getting caught, not by a lucky punch, I don't believe in lucky punches, but by a shot that is just perfectly timed, and that can happen to anybody in heavyweight. I think that's his biggest worry. And also, I think Ngannou is not just going to use conventional boxing tactics because he knows that he's at a huge disadvantage against Anthony Joshua. I think Ngannou has underestimated Anthony Joshua, and I think maybe recently he's realizing, okay, this guy's not the pudding that everybody seems to want me to believe he is. I mean, you listen, if AJ is on his game on offense early, Ngannou's in big trouble, bro. He don't have the footwork to get away from AJ attacks. He's in trouble, bro. And does he have a smother game? He's in trouble. He don't have the head movement. He's in serious trouble. You know, can he develop shots from low gravity like Povetkin did against? No, he can't do that stuff what Povetkin was doing. Povetkin is an Olympic gold medalist, or was. So I think he's going to try and strong arm AJ, perhaps try wear him down with the forearm, you know, keep it in the clinch, because he's more like the clinch thing is probably more common to him in his previous discipline. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of wrestling in MMA. And maybe that's where he needs to drag AJ into a mauling wrestling thing. You know what I mean? Like really rough inside, catch him with the head, maybe cut AJ, rough him up, and get that lactic acid building up in the limbs. But he himself is no spring chicken. You get what I'm saying? One sec, people. All right. All right, man. Case says he isn't even an ATG in MMA. Whoa. He isn't? DJ Clockwise, what's up? Naeem, he says Benavidez could have fought Canelo if he didn't lose his belt twice due to being overweight and being on the booger sugar. Oh, yeah. No doubt. No doubt. He's been the biggest hindrance to his career, not Canelo. I agree with that. 100%. 100%. Afro Jam. Canelo hiding behind PBC and WBC protective orders, laughing out loud. He can use them as an excuse if he never fights him. Okay. Well, you know the WBC will protect him indefinitely. They definitely will. Dodge, what's up, Dodge? He says, yeah, few fighters to finish their careers. 2024 is for proper fights. Enough of Twitter fights. Yeah, 100%. Okay, March the 8th. March the 8th. What am I talking? Why was I thinking it was next week? All right, we've got a couple of weeks left. Just trying to put my calendar up. Okay, so next Saturday is the 2nd. Oh, it drops on a Friday? Oh, it drops on a Friday. Oh, I didn't know that. Didn't know that. Big up, big up, big up. The Hideout, he says, blessings to your big man Beats and salute to the chat. Hit the like. Wow, Tono, hit the like button. Do something useful in your life. Hit the like. Sports fan, as long as AJ doesn't get caught in an exchange, he should be okay. AJ is a far more accurate puncher than Fury. Fury was missing wide open shots. Yeah, Fury's skill set got tested. I won't say exposed. It got tested. It got tested. And I don't think it was because he didn't prepare. You know, like boxing, like, you know, if someone is physically strong, like Ngannou, who could take a bit of a shot and has endurance, yeah, they could give boxers issues. Of course they can. But obviously they need the prep, like Ngannou had, working with Dewey Cooper, Mike Tyson, and another trainer. You need the prep work. And yeah. Case K, I like Francis, and I'm an AJ fan. But I got AJ beating the dog shit out of Francis unless he lands a clean punch, which is possible. Yeah, if he can land one, you know, against the run of play, you never know. You never know. You never know. It's up to AJ to prevent that from happening and be defensively responsible. You know what I mean? He definitely needs to be defensively responsible. You know what I mean? Stepping around and from that left and make sure that his work rate is consistent, because a consistent work rate is going to trouble Francis. I can see that already. If Francis is forced to work more than what he wants to work, I think his cardio, like, he's just not used to boxing cardio. Boxing cardio different to MMA cardio. You know, if it stays at the wrestling game at mid and close range, then his cardio will probably be more effective than, you know, like from mid to long range trying to compete with AJ, and AJ's throwing constant double jabs and 1-2s. And AJ needs to get an uppercut back. You know what I mean? He landed a couple against the Swedish dude. Yeah, get an uppercut in there. You know, some people said that AJ can't knock him out. He doesn't need to knock him out. He just needs to be able to hit him. Once he can land a jab and get his other punches, he doesn't need to knock him out. You can lose by cut stoppage or your eye busted and swollen up. Yeah, you can just elephant man his face. No need to knock him out. Or beat him on points. If necessary, just beat him on points. What's the deal? Afro Jam. And Naeem. Good point. He says to Naeem, good point. Canelo knows that Benavidez will outgrow the division soon. Benavidez is losing that belt on the scale makes a fight with him seem shaky in the eyes of the sanctioning bodies. Yeah, like, you know, David has been at 168 a long time. So his window of opportunity to fight Canelo at 168 is a window that's closing rapidly. It has to be, surely. You know, he shouldn't wait for the Canelo fight anyway. Why is he waiting for a Canelo fight? Move up and fight Vodzik. It's an excellent fight. A fight he's capable of getting his ass busting. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Vodzik is a technician, bruh. Vodzik, listen, I'm not going to lie, bruh. I didn't sleep very well, you know, after that Adonis Stevenson fight. Like, it bothered me, bruh. He fucked Adonis up. He fucked him up in there, bruh. He's got skills. He was giving Beterbiev a few issues with the skills. He was. But Beterbiev just like... Beterbiev just butchered him. When Beterbiev goes down his own stretch, you know, like, he just butchers people, bro. That's what he's going to do to Bill. Bill going to get butchered, bro. Bibel's going to get butchered. He's going to box early, you know, well early. He's going to box well early. And it's going to be a very basic thing. Yeah, he's going to look like the superior boxer early. And then he's probably going to cut Beterbiev, and Beterbiev's going to get really mad then. Yeah. And yes, in the second half of the fight, Bivol won't have a, you know why? Because Bivol just doesn't have the power. And like, he doesn't have nothing. You see, when it gets into the late rounds, all fighters fatigue. And when they fatigue and you've got nothing to keep an aggressive opponent like that off, it's going to be like a nightmare for Bivol. An absolute nightmare. You know, you don't have to worry about fatigue against Ramirez, because he didn't have the skill set to get close to him. And Lyndon Arthur was just pinned up on the ropes. He's not pinning that fucking dude on no ropes. He's not pinning him on the ropes. That's not going to happen. And if it does, I'll eat my word. He can't pin. He can't pin Beterbiev on the ropes. If you can't hurt Beterbiev, it doesn't matter who it is or how skilled you are. If you can't hurt Beterbiev, you're in serious fucking shit. It's as simple as that. Yeah, if you cannot hurt Beterbiev, you're in serious shit. You got to remember, this is a man who beat Alexander Usyk in the Amis. Yeah, I think he'll become undisputed. And Vodzik is in that league. He's in that Beterbiev-Bivol league. He's in that in terms of skills. He doesn't have the endurance that Beterbiev had. Clearly, we saw that. But he's a product of that Soviet Union amateur setup. And all it takes for David Benavidez against Vodzik is to get a bad start. You see with them Soviet Union fight, if you get a bad start, it's fucking hard to get back in, bro. It is hard to get back in the fight. I'm telling you. You get a bad start. Because they're just repetitive on their skills. If that 1-2 works in the first round, they're going to make sure it works in the third, fourth, fifth, and it's just torture. It's torture. They have great muscle memory. That's a dangerous fight for David Benavidez. But that's the only way he can get back to the top. We're talking it's an eliminator for the winner of Beterbiev and Bivol. I don't think he'll take that fight. I don't see it. I don't think he'll take it. Can't see it. Afro Jam. Big up Afro Jam. Yeah, exactly, sports fan. Francis best not throw any lazy jabs or he's about to get that nasty pull counter. Great point. Great point. Like AJ does that pull counter better than any heavyweight active right now. He does that pull counter better than any active heavyweight. Wizard, he says, Ngannou, a 38-year-old who can't box eggs, 10 punches around, get the foot. Yeah, exactly. Like, he like if he tries to like overwhelm AJ with volume and it doesn't work, because it's a gamble. If he catches AJ, okay, congrats. But if it doesn't work, then he's in serious shit. He's in serious shit. Wow. What knee did he injure? See, that's another thing that Ben Davison and AJ can, like, if you can force him onto that bad knee, to put pressure on that bad knee, that's another thing. Like, these are all, old and tested strategies. Let your opponent capitulate on his own terms without, your assistance, and then you can just add. you can add your own touch to it and just accelerate his demise. Yeah, force him onto that bad foot, that bad leg, that had surgery. All right, people. John Jones and ATG at them weights in MMA. They should have fought. Yeah, but like, I guess the pay structure perhaps stopped that fight. See, as much as they're saying that the UFC get the fights that the fans want, well, why isn't Ngannou over the other side of the combat sports spectrum? It's because the purses. Like, if they were getting boxer purses, we probably would have. Well, the MMA fans would have seen Ngannou and John Jones, but the purse structure is probably stopping fights like that. And I don't know if there's any other examples of where the purse structure has stopped fights over there, but I know a lot of the fighters are envious of the purses that you can earn in boxing. And I don't blame them. Who wouldn't be? I'm surprised they sign. If there's like a cap on how much they can earn, couldn't they independently? Well, see, that they get built up though. That's the thing. You build up your profile on the PB on the UFC by having regular fights and, you know, rocking their belts and advertising their brand. Sports fan, I don't know how the Benavides hasn't moved up. He was at middle at 20, and by 26, you thought he'd move up by now. Well, he's not moving up. I mean, he doesn't want to fight Beterbiev and Vodzik. And like, let's say if there was a prime Kovalev, he don't want to fight them guys. He doesn't want to fight them. Gerard said Francis is a week and a few days away from getting his head busted. At least he'll be paid enough so he can fix it. I can recommend an exceptional facial reconstruction surgeon. Yeah, he's in for, you know, a painful reality check, man. You know what I mean? A rude awakening. Kay says, Ngannou is underestimating AJ. I think he is buying into the AJ is soft, mentally weak, the weak chin narrative. If he is banking on that, he's in trouble. Mark my words, he will get knocked out. Oh, yeah. If he's banking on all that, he's got serious issues to come, bro. Serious issues. Naeem, it says Saudi Arabia Grand Prix is March the 9th, so they want to do the Riyadh season stuff before Ramadan starts around the 10th. Okay. Big up the chat. Ngannou versus AJ will play out like the Pulev fight. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. Jorge, who is more to blame for this drama, Canelo PBC or the WBC? Well, that's what we're here to dissect. Who's bullshitting and who, you know, has intentions of making shit happen. What's going on? Okay, Casey's saying, as someone who used to follow MMA hardcore back in the day and still does occasionally, I can confirm Ngannou is very good, but not an ATG. He only defended his UFC title once. He looks pretty powerful, though. He's definitely powerful, you know, and like his physical presence is like it's impressive. It's impressive. You know what I mean? Joe Stunning says big up Beats on the roll with the hangouts. Big up, Joe. Gerard, Joe Stunner, boxing. Joe, hope you're well, my friend. Yeah, big up, everybody. Triple R, if AJ wins on points, but can certainly see Francis landing an awkward punch that AJ might not recover from. Social joins. Everyone thinks AJ don't hit hard after a few rounds of heavy punches. Everybody realizes that they are in trouble. Tell you what, man. I mean, you just got to look at that right hand he landed on Elanius, man, and then combos he was throwing at the Swedish dude. He can punch, definitely bang. Got great knockout percentage, and you've got to like respect the knockout percentage because he's been at championship level when he was under 16, 17 fights, and he still has a high knockout percentage. Naeem says Vodzik at 70-80% can be a real issue for Benavidez. He was easily in that same bracket with Bivol, Beterbiev. I was high on them three during that 2017-2019 period. Great boxers. They're serious boxers, bro. They're all serious boxers from that side of the run-ins. They're serious fighters. And like when David has like David ain't fought none of that Eastern Europe technical shit. He hasn't fought that. What, Caleb Plant? Caleb Plant, no, come on, man. Caleb, you know, he's doing the little make it up as you go along sort of thing and sort of style. But them guys, like, come on, man. Different level. And it's at 175, bro. Callum, he says, Beterbiev's body shots did it. I like Vodzik in the Benavidez fight. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Beterbiev. Yeah, them body shots are nasty, bro. Fucking nasty. Like you see body shots, yeah? Let's say the average 175 pounder, good puncher, works you to the body. And let's say your tank's at 100. When they hit you, you know, it goes down to, you know, you got 10%. You lose 10% like every 5 body shots. With Beterbiev, it's just like, fuck's sake, bro. He just drains it. Like, them shots he was hitting with Callum, like, I was like, flipping hell. I thought Callum, you know, like, could do better than that, but he just got hit too hard. He got hit too hard. And then you look at the knockout percent, he's knocked everyone out. Everyone's got knocked out. Everybody. Menace. He's a menace. He's an absolute menace. An absolute menace. I remember somebody saying that even from his amateur days, and like they studied his career, he says no one has ever had an easy fight with Artur Beterbiev. Nobody. He said nobody ever had an easy fight with him. Nobody. A good fighter. He's a good fighter. You know what I mean? Like I always thought, oh, someone's gonna outbox Beterbiev soon. And then, boy, you know what I mean? Okay, he got dropped, but anyone can get dropped. He got back up and knocked the likes of Johnson out, and the other guy who knocked him down, he flattened them. He flattened them all. He got back up and flattened them. Yeah, that's his issue, the hideout. You know, the first 5 or 6, yes, I can see Bivol outboxing Beterbiev, but keeping him off for 12, that's crazy. Yeah, Casey, he fucked up Adonis that day, bro. Adonis is lucky that he's still breathing air. Yeah. Yeah, I think he did go through some issues after the Stevenson fight, but he's obviously got his head back together. Got his head back together now. Bivol going to beat Beterbiev. He's a bully in there. Okay, he'll be using that forearm to push Arthur off and light him up. Okay. I will say that if anyone can beat Beterbiev, it has to be Bivol. It has to be Bivol. But if Beterbiev beats him, he could probably he'll be justified in retiring really because he's like cleared up everything. He'll be justified. Like what else is there to prove? I mean, none of the 160 pounders are capable of challenging him. The hideout says, I don't see Bivol putting a dent in Beterbiev, and there goes his big issue. There goes his big issue. You've got to be able to hurt Beterbiev. Social joins Ngannou is a 38-year-old 0-1 cab driver, says Wizards. Big up Wizards. Big up Reese Cooper. The Boxing Librarian. Big up the Boxing Librarian. I was watching a few of your vids recently. What did I watch? I was listening over morning, and I was going to catch up the Billy Pate one. I was going to catch that one up. The Boxing Librarian, I agree, Beats. If you can't get Beterbiev's respect, you're headed for a beatdown. Beterbiev applies a lot of physical and mental pressure. It's difficult to survive the 12. You know what I mean? Like, Anthony Yard gave his best, and I'm here to say, like, Bivol can box better than Anthony Yard on the outside. Yes, he can, but he doesn't have Anthony Yard's power, and he doesn't throw combinations nothing like Anthony Yard. Like, and he did his best. He probably got Beterbiev's attention better than most, and he got knocked out. He still got knocked out. He didn't even get into round 9. Now, Bivol has better defense than Yard and has better legs. But what are we saying? He's just going to go in there and try and survive? No, you got to go in there and try and win to impress me and most of you. Going all 12, being the first man to take in 12, no. Yeah, Case K, the Soviet fighters, you know what I mean? They're making their mark. They are making their flipping mark. You know what I mean? They're scary, like that fucking, that nutter from the Ukraine. When he beat AJ the first time, bro, I was dazed up. I was so convinced that AJ was just too big and powerful. I was so like, what the hell happened, bro? And it wasn't like the Ruiz fight. See, the Ruiz fight, it flipped over on one punch. Yeah? But this one here, the first, like, flipping now, like, yeah. They got some talented fighters, man. They got some very talented fighters. And like, you know, let's not sleep on Bivol though. Like, I thought Ramirez was going to give him a tough fight. He made him look fucking stupid. He made him look like a flipping idiot, like a total idiot. Can he do that to Beterbiev though? If he has them type of skills that he could do that to Beterbiev, then flipping out. Darren says Francis is too slow for AJ to worry about. Yeah, he just hasn't got the speed. I agree, Darren. I agree. Big up, Darren. I agree. The speed's going to hurt him. The speed is going to hurt Francis. Case says Benavidez' footwork isn't very good, which can get him in trouble against Vodzik. Yeah, indeed. Any deficiency you have, like Vodzik is the type of fighter, all of them guys, if you have any deficiency, they can pick it out. They can pick it out and capitalize. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. You know what I mean? 10 more years of like the Soviet fighters being able to move around freely, and the more entering the pro circuit, you're going to see a lot more of their champions, bro. You're going to see a lot more. You're going to see a whole lot more. Whole lot more. They've been partly responsible for the stranglehold in American boxing being busted up. Like Sporting Audit is a channel I listen to. It's a good channel. I discovered him recently. He broke it down. What did he say, man? He said, okay, I can do the break. He done a breakdown. I can do it here on the rankings. It's quite scary. So, in the heavyweight division, there are obviously Usyk is the unified champion, Soviet. boxer. I don't. Goulamarian is not Soviet. I don't know where was Noel Mikhaljian. There's no American fighters in heavyweight. There's none at cruiser. In the champions column, light heavy is all Soviet Union, Artem Turbiev and Bivol. You go to super middle, all Mexican, Canelo. Middleweight, Johnny Beck is the unified champion. I don't want to say Soviet or Asian. Is that whatever region in Asia? I mean, like I ain't good at the geography, so you know. But yeah, he's running things there. A Cuban in Erislandy Laro, and Jamal. Well, if you could count Jamal Charlo, and like, so the first 4 weight classes, not one American belt holder. Not one American belt holder. If you pick up the rankings from like the 90s or the early part, it would have been dominated with American fighters. And as much as we want to big up the UK, yeah, UK this, it's not the UK who's broke up the monopoly like that. It's the Soviet Union. It's the Russian, or not the Russian, but Eastern Europe and what part of Asia, like Kazakhstan and Golovkin and them dudes. They broke the monopoly up, bro. They broke it up. Robert Garcia. Oh, I like this, people. We have some news. Do you want the news? Let's put yes if you want the news. Put yes if you want the news, and I'll give you the news. 5 yeses and 5 likes, and you get the news. Yes, Darren. Darren wants the news. Robert Garcia has revealed that Bam Rodriguez has agreed a deal to face one Francisco Estrada next. Matchroom have a date in June reserved. Still need to agree a deal with Estrada, but Garcia is under the impression that talks are looking positive. Woo! Big things, bro. Big fucking things. Big things. Hey, big up, big up, big up, big up, big up, big up, Bam. Big up Robert Garcia, big up Estrada. What's your response to the news, people? Big up LT, big up Clockwise, big up Sports Fan, big up Hakeem. Wizard, yeah, Kazakhstan's ATG is Murat. Oh, dear. LT says Bam is a bad boy. Yeah, I like Bam. I like Bam. I like Bam. Big up Bam. Yeah, that's a fight, Clockwise. That's a fight right there. Sports Fan says Bam is flipping gangster, not letting man breathe. The true can man. Oh, Junto Nakatini for the 118-pound title. Is that in Japan? What's that? Bantamweight? That's bantamweight. Okay, I definitely want to catch that. I will definitely want to catch that. Naeem says Bam needs to thrive in his 115 division. Estrada, Tanaka, Ioka, Martinez, all names that would ascend him into elite pound for pound territory. Yeah, you're damn right. You're damn right. Yeah. Darren Christie says 2024 is a good year so far. Just need to get a fat bag of milk in the ring named Tyson Fury. Indeed. Yeah, he did. He did put Sonny in the dirt, LT. He did. Like, Sonny just couldn't live with Bam. He just couldn't live with Bam, man. Yeah, I mean, and Sonny did everything he could. Like, he brought aggression into his game. Just wasn't enough. He was way more aggressive than usual. Tried to throw more punches. Tried to give him angles, but Bam just weren't having it, man. Bam just weren't having it. Oh, LT, third weight class for Junto if he wins. Yeah, man. Don't sleep on the lightweight divisions on the lower weights, bro. Naeem, I want to see Chocolatito versus Sonny Edwards at 115. Man, you people are evil, bro. Leave Sonny alone, man. don't put Sonny in with that dude there. Don't. You can't punch. See, I can see how that fight goes. I can see how it goes. Yeah, Sonny did well early, but you can't punch. So anything you start, you can't build onto it. And my guy is going to be coming forward, throwing that little left hook to the body, working you over. You know what I mean? Pin you up on the ropes, battery drained out, stopped in the 10th. I'd watch it though, because Sonny would sell the fight and talk it up. I'd watch it. Yeah, you're evil, Naeem. You're evil. I know. You want to see Chocolatito beat the crap out of Sonny. That's what you want to see. You want to see. He can't beat Chocolatito. Two all good, all-rounder fighter. He can't beat. It's too difficult. Like the tempo that Chocolatito sets is more terrifying than Bam. You know what I mean? Although Bam and Chocolatito would be a great fight. Can't beat that guy. Can't beat him. Even at this age, Chocolatito probably still set too hot a pace for most super flies. Too hot a pace. And like Rumbasai had to literally punch like holes in him to keep him off. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, he did call out non-Shinga, didn't he? Sonny called out non-Shinga. He'd have to move down to light fly. DJ Clockwise says Sonny is a good man. He's just not elite. Yeah, he's just not elite, man. He's just not elite. You know what I mean? He tried to get there. He tried to get over that elite threshold. Hey, Hakeem, Chocolatito's dangerous, bro. Chocolatito's dangerous. Dangerous, bro. He's dangerous. You got to look at the way he dealt with is it Martinez? Just dominant and Martinez is a tough fight, bro. Martinez is a tough fight. Just dominated it all the way through. Just dominated the fight, bro. I wouldn't expect. I picked Roman to win, but not a domination like that. So okay. Can Bam beat Juan Estrada? Can he beat Juan Estrada though? Big up base. I tell you what. Incoming link for whoever wants to bet. Remember, if I don't recognize you, you don't get on because You know, everyone's enjoying the streams. I'm not going to shut down the stream for a potential troll. So if I don't recognize you, you just can't get on. You know what I mean? I'm not. That's not me being elitist. Oh, you're too. You mean you're not good enough to get on? No. If I don't recognize you, you don't get in. If I recognize you, yeah, you can jump on into a boxing. You know what I mean? It's not a problem. LT Gonzalez killed the Yafai man. I'll never forget he destroyed him. Destroyed him. Wrecked him. Destroyed him. Yeah, he's a good fighter, man. Roman Gonzalez. Very good fighter. Very good fighter, bro. Excellent fighter. You can see how good he is because Juan Estrada is an excellent fighter. And arguably, like, Roman won the last fight. You know what I mean? But it was close. It was close. Them two flipping, like, they make flipping excellent fights, bro. Juan Estrada and Chocolatito just make excellent fights, bro. Just like the first Rungbasai, Chocolatito. Like, he was so flip. Do you know how hard that guy was hit? That guy was hitting hard. He my guy, that little guy came forward on that huge, like, do you see the size of Rungbasai's calf muscles? Fucking hell, bro. I wouldn't put Sonny in with that guy. Unless I wanted to see Sonny get hurt. You know what I mean? Sonny could probably fight Rungbasai now because Rungbasai slowed down. Is Rungbasai still fighting? When's the last time Rungbasai fought? Because Bam gave Rungbasai. Remember when Bam gave Rungbasai the hands? Hey, listen, I picked Rungbasai to beat up Bam. Bam gave Rungbasai the hands. I was shut. I tell you that day, I said, "Oh, this kid here, yeah, this kid." When I saw that performance, I said, "Boy, this kid here." Yeah. Bam needed a rest, didn't he? He needed a rest after them busy years. Big up Bruce Gass. Big up Bruce. He needed a rest, and he looked revitalized against Sonny. He had some grueling schedules when he fought Alvarez. Although the Rungbasai fight was easy, but it's not the fights; it's the training. It's these boxers these days, they're not used to having free hard training camps so they can fight 3 times a year. That's why the contenders and the champions these days are fighting twice a year. You see, Golovkin is a very durable dude, and he's mentally very fucking strong. So even when like he was fighting 3-4 times a year, they weren't great fighters. I will admit that, but he was able to do it. He was able to do it because he's got the mentality and he's got the physicality. And most of these guys just don't. It's difficult. It is very difficult to put together 3 camps for a year and fight 3 12-rounders against ranked opponents. It's not that easy. And it's not easy because we're used to boxers not doing it, and they're used to not doing it. Their body isn't used to that, where their predecessors, from the 90s, 80s, and beyond, what, 3 times? Like flipping, that's inactivity for them. That's being inactive. Yes, Bam does blow up in weight because when I saw him meet up with Sonny the first time, like when the fight was announced, he looked like a chubby old man. I said, "Boy, what's happened to Bam?" You know what I mean? He looked chubby up and not horribly chubby, but he looked like he put on. I said, "Bloody, can he get down to the weight limit? Can he get down to 112?" Bloody hell, man. Yeah, some people are saying to me on Twitter, I mean, that Frank Martin is a step up from the random Latinos Tank normally fights, but he ain't exactly a 50-50 fight. Yeah, listen, I like the fight. I do like the fight, but Shakur Stevenson was the better fight at 135. Why are we not getting? He's 29 years of age. Why are you not fighting Shakur Stevenson? You know, like you both ducked him. You ducked him, and Frank Martin ducked Shakur. Come on, you gotta keep it real. Let's keep it real. Yeah. But you know, he's moving up to Superfly, so he'll be okay. He'll be okay. He just probably needs to keep in better condition. I don't reckon. Sorry, Rashid, bro. Can't do it. I can't do it. Oh, I do know Rashid. I know Rashid. What's up, Rashid?
What up, Beats? What we talking about tonight? There's an AJ fight coming up. What we talking about?
We're talking about Canelo, really. That's the main topic. Like, what like there's a lot of angles. Like, was he offered the Benavidez fight? Is he ducking Benavidez? Like, what's your take?
Yeah, so more than one things could be true in a situation like this, right?
Okay.
I feel like there's a sense that he is ducking Benavidez, but the people who say like, oh, Benavidez deserves this fight, I don't feel like that's the case, right? Because you see he's fighting Vosdek now. I'm thinking to myself, like, why not try to fight somebody else that's really good to actually force Canelo to fight? Force people to really call for Canelo to fight him. Now, like, you know, the PBC fanboys and all of those guys will try to have you think that he deserves the fight. I don't think that he's done enough in his career. This is a guy that has lost belts, you know what I mean, for being indisciplined and all of that other stuff. So I don't think he's done enough to deserve the fight, as PBC fanboys will tell you. And that is my issue with the whole thing. With Canelo, I mean, you get it. He has the Mexican fan base. They're always going to be behind him. I'm intrigued to see where he's going to go. I mean, honestly, I would much rather see him fight Terence Crawford because I just think it's an intriguing matchup. But again, I don't know if Terence Crawford. I genuinely don't know if Terence Crawford could go up that far to fight the guy. You know what I mean, in weight. So I'm interested to see what you think about it.
Well, the jump, like for Terence, like welter, light middle, and super middle, like what? 2
It's
stone,
crazy.
what? Nearly 2 stone jump, like.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Again, you know, I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of Terence Crawford. I want to see him get the big fights, but it seems like at this point there's no real big fights for him, and that is the issue. You understand what I mean? Like,
Oh
who wants to fight
yeah.
Boots Ennis? You know what I mean? Like, I'm a guy. I'm from Philly, so I understand. Like, you know what I mean, the whole Philly thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, Boots Ennis, he don't have the credential to fight the guy. You know what I mean? And we have to be honest, like we never seen Terence Crawford. Like he's not a big pay-per-view seller, but he's a great fight. He's a great fighter. So I wish there was more individual that he could fight right now at this point. You know what I mean? Just to, you know, boost his resume. But it's
I
not
agree.
there for him.
I agree. You see, the boxing politics have been very harsh on Terence Crawford.
Absolutely.
You know, like what was they telling him? Oh, you got to go over the other side of the street to fight Spence. He does that. He
Yeah.
crushes Spence, and now
Yeah.
he can't get a gig nowhere. He can't get a
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah, and then all of the other and the other thing is that all of the other guys that was at PBC, they're all past their best. So I mean, Sean Porter is out. You know, I mean, Danny Garcia is. I mean, he's desperate for a fight with what's his name? But it's nobody really there. You know, one time they had all the welterweights. You know, I mean, that had some hype with them. You know, I mean, but now it's nobody there really. You know, I mean, so that is my issue with Terence Crawford is that like you need somebody, you need a dance partner. And that's why I'm looking at Canelo and saying that is his only, and it's a dangerous fight, but that is his only dance partner for legacy fights, and that's what he needs right now. But you don't have it, man.
The only thing I like about Terence challenging Canelo is Terence called for it, and I trust Terrence, if he believes he can do it, I'm not saying he will do it, but if he believes he can do it, I want to see him. That's good enough for me to make him, actually take the challenge. To make me want to see the challenge. Definitely.
Absolutely. Beats, I'll tell you the last thing I'll say. I mean, again, I'm a huge boxing fan, but the problem we have is the fanboydom. You understand what I mean? I'm a fan of Terrence Crawford. I'm a fan of Anthony Joshua. I'm a fan, but I'm a fan of boxing more. I want to see how good you are. If you say you're the man, I want to see you fight the best. I want to see Joshua fight the best. You know what I mean? I want to see him fight Fury. If people say Fury's the best, whatever, I want to see my fighter go up against the best. The problem with boxing fan, like, it's so tribal. Like, I see the fact. Again, I said it was gonna be my last point, but it's just crazy how most of the American boxing public, they don't want to see their fighters go up against the best. Like, they protect them like it's their kids or something. It's like crazy. So how do you promote and how do you get legacy fights when you don't want your man to fight the best? It's crazy. You know what I mean? You look at Javante Davis tonight, today, coming out and said he's fighting Frank Martin. I'm thinking to myself, like, again, you fighting Frank Martin. Again, where's the legacy fights? You should be past this now. You should be looking to fight bigger fights, but it's the same thing. You get the slow lead thing from the PBC fighters, and it's so frustrating as a real pure boxing fan, because we want to see the best fight the best. But again, that's all I have to say, though.
Can I ask you one more quick? Because you're from Philly, so that's a boxing city. What do people who you talk about with that, like, just swerving? Like Shakur Stevenson. What do they think of that?
Well, again, it's different, right? Because you know how, again, I'm from the Caribbean, so I'm not. Again, I could be straight, so it's really tribal, right? So you have you have PBC fanboys who, again, they go with individuals from PBC. You understand what I mean? And then you have a slight section of fans from people who's like from Jersey and from the East Coast who love Shakur. You understand what I mean? So it's so tribal that you cannot get individuals to really speak boxing on a certain level. Like, I go to the gym all the time and I try to have conversation, but you could tell who people support by the angles they take. And that is my issue with boxing, that it's always so tribal, bro. You understand what I mean? Especially with when the Wilder AJ thing was going on, again, it was so tribal and it's crazy. And people would just go and take all of these naive stands just to protect their boxers. So again, the people who know, they know, and the real individuals who watch the sport and love the sport, they know, but it's so few and far between of individuals like that. And that's why I respect this channel, because I feel like there's a sense that people try to go above all the rubbish and try to look at the sport and love the sport and want to see the best fight the best. You know what I mean? I'm loving what the Saudis are doing now, because again, you're getting good fights. You're getting, you know what I mean, the heavyweights stepping up and, challenging themselves, because we're really in a good era, heavyweights, but we feel like we never got the fight. I love what Joseph Parker is doing. Love his fight. Love most of the fights that's being made. I wish that Daniel Dubois got to fight what's his name, but that didn't happen. But yeah, man, Hergovich. But yeah, we'll see how it goes.
100%, man. 100%. Yeah, man. Let me tell you this, man. Like, for anyone listening, if Anthony Joshua was Tank Davis and blatantly swerved Shakur Stevenson like that, I wouldn't support him. No way. Hell no. No way. That would be it, bro. That would be it right there.
Well, Anthony Joshua, again, I don't want to jump in, but he had an out when Alexander Usyk came up. He could have just threw the belt in the trash and say, he could have said the same thing that Tyson Fury said, like, "Well, I gotta fight him. Nobody knows him," kind of thing.
Yeah.
But he didn't. You understand what I mean? Yeah. Like, and again, if you're fanboys, if you have, which he did have fanboys, they'll say, "Yeah, he don't bring nothing to the fight, so you don't have to fight him." So again, I respect Joshua, because there's a sense that over the years you've seen where he's always tried to make the big fights, no matter what. You understand? No matter what people say, he's always tried to move like the old school, or most of the old school champions who we revere fight everybody in the division. You understand what I mean? I think he's fought the most top 10 fighters in the heavyweight division in the past 10 years, probably. You know what I mean? And it's crazy how that don't get respected. but the other nonsense do. So again, respect to Joshua. Again, I hope he wins, but again, just the unknown part of the what's his name? Just the unknown part of the MMA fighter. What's his name again?
Oh, and Ngannou?
Ngannou. It's really intriguing, and I'm just watching how the whole breakdown that Adi did. Again, he just looked really really like a strong individual. So again, I'm intrigued by the fight. Again, Joshua should win. Just don't know, man, because it's so
You
intriguing
never
not
know. You
knowing
never know. You
how
never
good
know.
he is.
Yeah,
Yep, yep,
yeah,
yeah, man.
yeah. 100%, man. 100%, 100%. Yeah, man. That's not too far away. Not too far away from that right now. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I can't wait to see it. And again, it's crazy because over here, I think it's $40. I have the zone, so I think it's $40 for the pay-per-view. So that's gonna be a boxing night for me. You know, what I
Yeah,
mean, so definitely, try to tune in and see what happened. But it's gonna be phenomenal, man.
100%, man. 100%, 100%. Can't wait. Can't.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Anyway, Beats, I'm at work, so I'm gonna jump off. But nice, it's a pleasure to talk to you, sir, and have a
Yeah.
nice night. All right.
Big up, Rashid. Big up.
All
Big
right.
up.
All right. Bet.
Yeah. Joe Stunner said, good points being made by a friend here. Yeah, big up Rashid, man. Big up Rashid. Wizard Sleeve says, Tank, a baby belt chaser. I mean, I tell you what, you see the problem. It's not Tank. It's his fan base. Like, you've got Shakur Stevenson, right? An Olympian, a talented fighter right there. And you support a guy who just swerves someone like that. I couldn't do it. I can't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Because I'm a generic boxing fan. I don't give a shit what nobody says. I'm a generic boxing fan. Ducking, I don't care. I don't care about talent, skill. I mean, I like all that, pull counter and this, that, and finish shell and footwork. Yeah, all great, all great. But if you duck fights, like that. No, 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 no. It's not on. It's not on. It's not on. And you know what the scary thing is, yeah? The PBC and the fans, they're satisfied to make a fight where both the fighters duck Shakur. And you're gonna support that fight? No way. No way. No, no, no. You gotta have standards, man. You gotta have standards. If you ain't got standards, I ain't trying to hear what's being said. If you got no standards, I ain't trying to hear it. You gotta have standards. Or what's the point? What is the point then? You know what I mean? Like, I could beat up some old drunk who's never done any physical training, but what's the point? Ridiculous. You both ducked Shakur. You both ducked him, and then you've got the nerve to be trying to sell this fight. Yeah, we're gonna put on a show. We're great lightweights. Get out of here. Seriously. 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 The hideout says Javante Tank is flowing with baby belts. That's his issue, isn't it? That's his issue. Talking about email champion. No, the only one who's coming up short is you, Tank. That's the only one. Crazy. And here's the thing: the Frank Martin fight is not bad. It's not a bad fight, but you both ducked Shakur. You both ducked him. LT, AJ versus Ngannou card is really good. Jank versus Parker. Oh, Madrimov versus Kubanov. Yes. Hooney versus Larina. And Vargas versus Nick Ball. Yeah, that's a serious fight, isn't it? That's a serious fight. Crescencio, he's not buying no Tank pay-per-views. Don't blame him. Don't blame him. I wouldn't buy it. knowing that neither of you wanted to fight Shakur. I wouldn't buy it. Hyphy said they both duck Shakur. They say everything except let's fight Shakur. Yeah. Craziness, man. Water is needed, people. All right, we back. We back in the building. Chilling. Thoughts on Keyshawn? Now, okay, I actually like a potential fight between him and Tio. I actually like it. But the funniest thing of the week, like, where's the receipts? Where's my receipts? Where's my receipts, bro? This is the funniest thing this weekend. Yeah? Just waiting for it to load up, people. I mean, I'll start before it loads anyway. Is these two here? This is what Ben is telling his fighters, you know. This isn't down to them, right? This is Ben telling his fighters absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Ben is telling Azim that he's on the cusp of fighting at Wembley Stadium. This is Ben. Trust me, this didn't come from Adam. Yeah? This didn't come. This is Adam selling this guy bad weed. You know what I mean? Selling you bad weed, bro. I mean, I don't know what he's selling you, bro. You shouldn't smoke it. You shouldn't smoke it. Yeah? He believes that fighting Keyshawn Davis gets him in Wembley Stadium. Yeah? So, okay. He's an Indian fighter, yeah? He's from Pakistan, I should say. Well, so was Amir Khan. And he was an Olympic gold silver medalist, yeah? And when he was coming up in the early part of this millennium, he was fucking huge. He was getting columns in tabloid newspapers because, you know, we're just transitioning from where newspapers, you know, where you read most of your content or got most of your content for sports, current affairs, daily news, and all that. And he transferred, you know, over from there into the internet thing. And he was huge, absolutely massive in the UK. Yeah? Amir Khan has never fought in a stadium in the UK. I don't think Nassim Hamed fought in a stadium. But maybe he did. Maybe he did. I can't remember if he did. He might have done. But these guys weren't fighting in no regular stadium fights. But you're going to fight Keyshawn Davis in a stadium. If Prince Nassim didn't fight in a stadium, how the fuck do you get in a stadium? What is you telling these guys, Ben? You're telling them absolute madness. Absolute madness. And like, Keyshawn, what is telling Keyshawn he can come over here and just walk into a stadium fight? What's telling him that? See, a lot of I'm not being funny. A lot of dudes like Keyshawn across the pond, they see, they do stadium fights, so I can just walk into one of them. How? You haven't been promoted by none of the top promoters here. How would they know who you are? Keyshawn could walk through the high roads of London and not be recognized. Who would recognize him? You'd be anonymous, bruh. You would be anonymous. Absolute madness. And this is Ben. This is down to Ben. I'm telling you, it's down to Ben Shalom. Down to Ben Shalom. You got these people deluded. And then what did Ben say? Ben Shalom. Mad Ben. That's what I'm calling you from now. Is Mad Ben, you know. Mad Ben. Ben Shalom on future plans for Boxer. The next step is to put more fights in the US and internationally, because those are where the biggest fights are really made. Hang on. You haven't even got out of first gear on domestic level over here. You're replacing Eddie Hearn, yeah? And you haven't even got out of first gear. And you're talking about going in other territories to what? Pull fighters out of purse bids over across the pond. And he's talking about the US market. They can't. They're struggling to get Canelo's guarantee over there. The PBC is struggling to get dates. You want to go into America now? Everybody's going to Saudi. You're talking about going to America. What room is there for you in America? If Shakur Stevenson can't get a career-defining fight. Come on now. What? So you're gonna compete for Eddie's territory in America? Stop it. There's no room, bro. There's no room. There's no room. Stop it. And look at the replies he got. Someone just laughing at him. Look at the reply. That's a laughing reply. From Goodfellas. Wow, Bucks are about to take over the US market. That's sarcasm, yeah? Yeah, good luck, Ben. Hardly done anything in the UK yet. Aaron, is he having a laugh? Only hardcore boxing fans know Boxer. Get yourself the UK market first, for F's sakes. 2 good shows, and he's talking about taking the US by storm. Someone else said, can't even put big fights on in the UK. It's like him and Scar a decade behind. The big fights are now in shots. Exactly. All the fights are in Saudi now. Kia, trying to run before he can walk. Adam Azim at the Cowboy Stadium of PPC. The bloke doesn't have the stable for it, someone else said. We need to get a night shift job to keep up with boxing nowadays. He can barely make big fights in the UK. Let everyone go overseas. Who is this B-Tech Eddie Hearn? I like that one. B-Tech Eddie. I mean, I'm going to call him, He's B-Tech Eddie. Pulling more out of your fighters out of purse bids because that's all you do. Yeah. So is that what you're going to do when you go over there? Zeno, he says, seems like comments to appease the likes of Whitaker's aspirations. Can't see Sky being happy with that based on Boxer's roster. They didn't want Hearn taking Matchroom talent over to the US, and that's when they had the big stable and the majority of the high-profile UK names. He's putting on dead shows in the UK, and he's only just starting out. Now he wants to go to America. Exactly. And it goes on and on. It goes on and on. Like, he's living in a dream world. Living in a dream, like not being funny, yeah? Boxer and Sky are just like weird, bro. The hideout is laughing, B-Tech Eddie. So I'm going to call him, bro. Is B-Tech Eddie. Wizards leave. Where's the 200-seat stadium? Yeah, Hyphy, exactly. You're calling out someone across the pond, and you've got Andy Cruz issues. Who's beat? How much times did he beat him in the Amis? How much times did he beat him in the amateurs? You don't want to. I don't get American boxing, man. You get beaten up by someone, and you don't. At least Wilder tried to get it back against Fury. At least he tried. But over there, like Canelo, you know what I mean? You don't want to fight Bivol. Joe Stunner, I wonder if this guy gonna bail on boxing, and if so, how much of it will be down to Ben Shalom and his antics? It's just strange over there, man. Joe Stunner, yeah, good one. City and Gills, Frank Warren. Yeah, Shalom got cooked. He got cooked. They cooked him. They cooked him. Hey, I've got to turn this heating down. It's just too hot. I mean, the biggest embarrassment is pulling Dalton Smith out of that fight. I'm not Dalton Smith, Adam Azim out of the Dalton Smith fight. And he's got a couple of weeks before he does it. Embarrassing. Totally embarrassing. Totally embarrassing. Adam Azim coming out saying, I don't want nobody to think that I'm scared to fight people. Well, get a new promoter, man. Get a new promoter. Crazy. Big up Tone. YTS. You trading scheme. Yeah. Ben just looks, he just looks weird out here, man. He looks weird. How are you going to be possibly talking about going to America, and you can't even go into a purse bid with a rival domestic outlet? No, he hasn't pulled him out yet, but Eddie's already done the Notre Dame thing out of it and said, yeah, he's going to pull Adam out. Craziness, man. Crazy. Okay. Anyone across the pond in the building? What do you think about Ryan and Devin being pay-per-view free? Pay-per-view free. What do you think? What did Sam Jones say about Ben Shalom? He said, you got about as much Ben Shalom's got as much charisma. He threw a shot at him at the presser. What was the metaphor? Ben Shalom just looking stupid out here, man. Hyphy, he said, boxing in the USA is in rapid decline for all fighters, including Americans. Not a smart time to try and tap into this market. Definitely not. Definitely not. Definitely not. You know what I mean? Especially if you can't put fights on over here. Showtime have got out, and you want to go over there and do what exactly? What you're right? Okay, you're gonna muscle in on top ranks action? I don't think so. Yeah, it's good news, Crescencio, that the fight is free. Well, free. Well, I mean, subscription only. Excellent, excellent. And what other fight were they saying? As long as you've got the subscription. There's going to be a few fights that as long as you've got the subscription, you don't have to pay for it. But there's going to be a few. If you ain't got the subscription, yeah, it's going to go pay per view. I can't remember what the fights were. I think that's fair. You know what I mean? To all the people, oh, pay pay-per-view, you don't pay for... Yeah, cool. Now you get nothing. Don't get me wrong, it is expensive, though. It is expensive out across the pond. If you're going to keep... like, I mean... I had the PBC schedule. What happened with it? I did have it somewhere. I did have it. I've got it in a file somewhere. Okay. I've got it here. Big up Lawrence Meyer. What's good? Okay. So, according to Dan, Raphael, PBC Amazon Prime, March the 30th, Zoo versus Thurman, May the 4th, Canelo versus TBA, to be announced. Benavidez versus Vodzik. They've got that in the schedule already. Okay. Later this summer, Tank versus Frank Martin. Figure each pay-per-view at least $65. Where are the non-pay-per-view fights? I mean, what kind of schedule is that? You're just putting on all pay-per-view fights, no non-pay-per-view fights. What kind of schedule is that? So, let's get this right, yeah? I don't know how much Amazon Prime is across the pond. So you say, okay, I'm going to get Amazon Prime because I want to watch the PBC fights. You pay how much of the dollars, $110, $20 for the year or whatever it is. And then you've got five pay-per-view fights on the first fights of the schedule. The first portion of the schedule. 5 pay-per-view fights is going to cost, is it $335 at $65? Or 330? 330 is what it would cost, yeah? That's just no, it's not on, bro. It's not on, cuz. It's not on. It's not on. You can't blow your disposable income budget on content on fucking 5 pay-per-views. You can't. No, this not on, John. It's not on. It's not on, my old son. It cannot be serious. Cannot be serious. Cannot be serious. Anyone think that's unreasonable? Any comments on that? Wizard Sleeve says protected boxer cult. You know, or they should call it the PBV pay-per-view about PBC. PBV. You know what I mean? Pay-per-view boxing fucking crap. Pay-per-view boxing crap. PBC. Thurman versus Zoo is a pay-per-view event at the same weekend as a uni basketball championship tournament, which is all free. I mean, that you just get buried on that because, like, university sports out there is huge out there. You're just going to get buried. you're just going to get buried. They're going to all, people are going to be tuning in to watch that. Crazy. I don't know what you're talking about there, Lance, but it's all good. It's all good. Yeah. Thurman versus Zoo clashes with the University Basketball Championship Tournament. Flipping madness. Crescencio most likely not buying any of those cards. Like, okay, if any of you were gonna buy pay-per-view out of that lot, what I mean, like Canelo's opponent hasn't been confirmed. I don't think most of you would buy Tank and Frank. Benavidez versus Vodzik is not pay-per-view. I don't think that's a pay-per-view fight. Or am I mistaken? Am I hating? Maybe it is. Maybe it is. With PBC, it definitely is. You know what I mean? See, people say you're hating, but a lot of these fights previously would not. Oh boy, got to get rid of you, man. You know what I mean? Not in the mood for it, Lance. Not in the mood for it, bro. Not in the mood for it. Not in the mood for it. Just not in the mood for it. Not in the mood for it, my friend. Not in the mood for it. Wizard Sleeve says, when do they dig up Thurman? Lord knows. AB, I think there's a Golden Boy card the same night as Thurman Zoo. Yeah, I'll just watch that. You know what I mean? I'll rather watch that. I don't even care who's on it. You know what I mean? Like, them Golden Boy cards are low-key underrated, you know. They got some low-key underrated cards. Not interested in Thurman and Zoo, like LT said. I'm not interested in it. Hyphy, who would buy a pay-per-view in which the main event is 11-1 odds? We can't say Glazer is always hating. You have to agree with him on this one. I mean, it's just not. It's not good business. Oh, Gulamarian versus Ramirez on the same night. Okay, that would probably be more UK schedule. Where's that taking place? Is that on Golden Boy or is that in Europe? Yeah, I agree, Crescencio. They're good fights. They're just not pay-per-view. I agree. I agree. I agree. I mean, if the zone ain't putting Ryan versus Haney on pay-per-view, they shouldn't be putting them fights on pay-per-view. Definitely not. Oh, Ramirez is a Golden Boy card. Okay. Can he beat Gulamarian at Cruiser? I mean, Zerdo is garbage. He's a terrible fighter. Not garbage, but he's just not that good. Just not that good. Wardley versus Clark is on the same weekend as well. Wow, okay. Yeah. I mean, see, that's some good domestic fights right there. And see, that's the thing. A lot of people are interested in that fight. And it ain't no world title on that, but I've even heard some people across the pond looking for Wardley versus Clark. I want to see it, yeah. It's good value. And you're not having to shell out all this money. As long as you've got a subscription for most of these fights, like Wardley and Clark, or Catterall versus Taylor, you can see some good fights. PBC charging $60, $80 for, like, what are you playing at? What are you playing at? Craziness, man. What other news was there? Anyone interested in Kubrat Pulev versus Mammal Chan? Yeah, they said they were going to cut back on them belts, but they sure didn't. Sure didn't. In Bulgaria, Sofia. The Barclays Center, bruh. The Barclays Center. Anyone going to Haney versus Rand? Anyone turning up in the building? I do like that fight, you know. I do like that fight. I do like that fight. I'm not much of a great traveler. I won't mind going out there to see that. I won't mind going out there to just see the event. But I'm not a great traveler. I won't mind going though. I won't mind going. Anyone who's going, tell me someone, whether you're in New York or you're traveling over there. Let me know who's going to that event. I think that's going to be a huge event, man. It's going to be a huge event. It's going to be a huge event. And like, it's about time, like the Barclays Center. See, the reason the Barclays Center is empty and it hasn't been used for boxing for over a year is because of the inactivity of the PBC fighters. You know, a few years back, they was in there all the time. All the time. The Barclays Center was the joint. Hyphy, I forgot all about Barclays. PBC stopped hosting events there and the place has been collecting dust. Yes, it has. It has. Big up Con Shawnery. What's up? LT, Goulamarian versus Ramirez on the same night, I think. Catterall versus, Catterall sold out already. Sold out. Sold out. Sold out. Sold out, bro. You know what I mean? Sold out. That's impressive. Let me get some information on that. Catterall versus Taylor, too. Jack Catterall. A man on a mission. Can he stop Josh Taylor? Josh looks like he's right for the picking and all through right now. Looks right for the picking. But can Jack Catterall stop him? Inside. But who does he stop? Is he gonna like really change his style and like because he looks like he's really wound up, and I think he is gonna try and throw a lot more punches, but that's not his style. But Josh looks so flipping washed right now, bro. I mean that's impressive, you know, LT, because like I just looked it up. That's nearly a 14,000 arena. That's nearly a 14,000 seater arena in Leeds, and they sold it out. It's impressive. Go big up Sam Jones. Sam Jones earned his con this week. Sam Jones earned his con. He got them press conferences lit, bro. He got them lit. You know what I mean? Eddie just had to sit back. Eddie didn't have to do shit. I just sit back and let Sam. Sam knows what he's doing. Sup, Beats? Loads of people saying the Catterall Taylor fight is whack, but selling out on the day says it all. Yo, it's nearly a foot. That's big up KIM. That's a 14,000 capacity arena out in a day. That's excellent. There's world title fights that haven't been able to sell similar capacity arenas in this country. See, it goes to show you, once you've got the fight and the fighters and, you know, you've got an angle, you can sell these fights, man. And listen, I thought, well, why Matchroom keep flipping pushing these fights? See, and it just, listen, Matchroom know what the fuck they're doing, bro. Matchroom know what the fuck they're doing. 100% they know what they're doing. You know what I mean? 100%. They know what they're doing. Sold out in a day. Tickets gone, bro. Tickets gone. Tickets gone. And everybody knew it was a hot fight because Sky, they put a bid in. Because the Zone didn't want to put it on pay-per-view. Right? They didn't, and so Eddie was told to go and see if there's any more buyers outside of themselves who want to put the fight in because they want to give Jack the opportunity. And Sky put a bid in, and there's some other hidden bidders who wanted to put that fight on pay-per-view. And then DAZN came back and said, okay, we'll front the money up, Eddie. Eddie asked them to front the money up. And see, they're like, whew, man. See, that should be pay-per-view. Right? I'm telling you now, I'm not saying I want it to be pay-per-view because I don't want to pay for it. Why do I want to pay extra money? But that fight should be pay-per-view in the UK. If you can sell out 14 or 13.7 on the day, that's a pay-per-view fight in the UK. Can't even argue with that. But it's not. They're just keeping it subscription. Keeping it subscription. That's good value. And it, like even Clark and Wardley, that's 2 unbeatens for the British title. Thankfully, that's not on pay-per-view as far as I know. And if they do put it on pay-per-view, I'll pay for it. I'll pay for it if they have, because maybe they might need. I don't think it is pay-per-view, but if it was, I'd pay for it. I like that fight. I like the fight, and there was a few good fights on the card. Lawal versus Riley. I want to see that. Joe Stunner, he says, Josh reached the top of the mountain by becoming undisputed champion and then seemed to lose interest in boxing. It happens sometimes. Yeah, I think, yeah, you summed it up pretty much. You know what happened, I think, Joe, is he became undisputed. Like, what else did he win at domestic level? He won the WBSS. Yeah. Won the WBSS. He's got scalps like Regis Prograis. You know, Baranchik was undefeated. Ryan Martin was undefeated. You know, Postel, he went on a bit of a run, you know. He went on a bit of a run. Took O'Hara Davis out at domestic level. And it's almost like, okay, I've done all that now. Got all this money in the bank. And what, you know what I think? That just took the edge off the guy. That just took that. Like, I'm watching Josh Taylor in the press conferences. Man, and it wasn't a hard slap. It was a silly slap by Jack Carroll. But that back in the day, that would have been more than enough for this slipping, you know what I mean? This nut job to get stuck in. Like, he's smiling. You're like, he wasn't angry. He's trying to pretend that you're not angry. You don't have that same anger that you used to have when you was a kid. It's not there. It's not there. And that lack of intensity is showing up in his fights. There was no intensity when he fought Jack first time around. And when he fought Tio, he actually fought a good fight, you know, right? It wasn't good defensively, but he actually fought. But the intensity was gone. He has no intensity. It's not there. You know, he's probably, you know, like been struggling with his girlfriend or whatever for a long time, just getting by. And now they got some money. They're enjoying the money. And like, yo, I mean, he's the only reason I think Josh is boxing right now is because they're paying him a truckload of money. Yeah. So, okay, I'll go training and do this. But that's what's keeping him in the game right now is the paychecks. That's what's keeping him in there. I'm looking at this kid thinking, when is he going to get... Why are you not mad? Remember when he went up to O'Hara and took his glasses off? And was staring, like, was peering down on him. And like, before the Regis Prograis fight, very aggressive. Very angry and aggressive. It's not there. It's not there. And this happens in a lot of walks of life. You know what I mean? Intensity is gone. The intensity is gone. Yeah, he got married. Yep. There's more to life than hitting people, Joe. Yeah. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is, bro. He's accomplished so much. He's got so much money in the bank now. You know, he probably goes down. Is he better than Jim Watt and Ken Buchanan? You could argue his resume is comparable in terms of star quality. I'd say that, and I know their resumes, Jim Watt and Ken's. They got good resumes. I don't see the intensity there, and I think if Jack beats him up, there are no big. If Jack beats him up badly, there are no more big paydays in the UK or in America. And if Josh Taylor has to go to the back of the queue and queue up to, you know, I need to fight Dalton Smith and Adam Azine, he's not gonna lower himself to do that. I don't see it. I don't see it. KIM, silk pajamas indeed. Silk pajamas indeed. Yes, silk pajamas is the metaphor we'll use. Oh yeah, there's way more money in the sport today. Yeah, than when Jim Watt. I mean, listen, if Ken or Jim Watt was fighting today, they'd be having a rivalry with Josh. You know, he didn't have a dance partner in Scotland because Jim Watt and Ken Buchanan fought. But you know that was when Jim was pretty young. I think Ken outpointed him. I saw it in Eurosport years back in the day. Joe Stunner, for 4 rounds, Josh was giving T.O. serious work, then faded. The weight doesn't help either. Yeah, but he insisted on the fight being at 140. Why is he insisting on fighting at 140? Because, like, from what he was saying, it wasn't the weight that affected him against T.O. Well, if the weight is not what affected you against T.O., that means you're shot. Hyphy, Josh is going to find himself in the same boat as Regis, undecided of their next move as their careers decline. Maybe that might be the fight. You might have just provided the answer. If he loses to Jack, you might rematch Regis, isn't it? You mean like there might be some interest in it, but it depends how he loses. Yeah, Richard said, I fully agree. I couldn't believe Josh let Jack slap him. The old Josh would have lost it. The old Josh would have done his flipping nut. It would have been like, the police is going to have to come get me. The old Josh would have did his nut. The Josh who's fighting O'Hara Davis would have went batshit. He would have, I mean. Wow. Sports fan one, I think he's just faced counterpunches who studied his aggressive style. He now needs to add tools. It's like he'd like to see him develop an elite power jab and a counter jab when stepping back. Is McNally the guy to bring that out of him, though? Yeah. Old Josh wanted to keep punching O'Hara after he quit. Yeah. Con says, Angelo Dundee used to say he could call a shot fighter out with pinpoint accuracy by watching him jump rope. Yeah, trainers can see when the intensity ain't there. Tony says, T.O. styled on Taylor. Taylor has looked terrible in his last two. Yeah, he's looked like ass. Let's keep it real. He looked like ass, man. Look like ass. Looking forward to it, though. Really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to that one. You know what I mean? The good old domestic showdown. Who don't like a good domestic duster, right? Yo, domestic dust up. So good. All right. I'm going to close up in a couple of minutes. At 12. LT loves the domestic fights. Indeed. Richard, he said, I'm not an expert, but he did look shot in the TL fight. To be honest, in the Ramirez fight, he only won because of the knockdowns. He didn't. Now, I've said that to a few people. They said, no, what are you talking? Listen, you take away the knockdowns out that fight, it's close. It's a close fight. Take the knockdowns out of the Ramirez fight, and the fight is close. It's a close fight. 100%. 100% agree with that. I said that on my breakdown because I didn't see it in real time. I saw it the next morning. And I'm watching it. And I'm scoring it, like just as I see it, no agendas. And I said, yo, Josh won it, but Ramirez took a few of them rounds, bro. Con says, good stuff always beats. Cheers, bro. Big up. Big up Hyphy. He appreciates the content you've been giving us lately. Appreciated. Emmanuel. Big up Emmanuel. He says, it's a shame we can't get all American dust-ups with a big rivalry. I can't remember the last one we had. Yeah. Yeah, like, why ain't they, like, why don't we get baby versus baby? You know what I mean? Like, who would not be interested in watching Jared Anderson against Miller? So what if he lost against Danny Dubois? Who gives a shit? Let him heal up and lump his big flipping HGH induced ass back into the ring, and let's see it. Let's see it. Who would like to see that? I'd like to see Wilder come back against Charles Martin. Yeah, that's a good fight. There's fights for Wilder of American heavyweights. Andy Ruiz. Like, what is Andy Ruiz doing? What's happened to Andy Ruiz? He's done. Andy Ruiz is done. He's done. He's done. Andy Ruiz is done, mate. KM said it's always a good crack here, man. Sad to see the views went down. Yeah, man, views are getting hit, man. So you mean, as long as people hit the like, I'm good, man. You know, views go. You know what happens with views? They go up and they go down. You know what I mean? Like it's not just me. All the content creators have been affected by that. You see, I've only got 29 likes, man. 29 likes. Why so few likes? That's crazy. What's the view count? You see, they've messed YouTube up, innit? Like you're trying to find out where everything is. They've messed it up, innit? They changed it, so I can't even see what the views are. It's crazy, isn't it? What's the view count? Where do you get the view count? I have to work out this format, man. Show chat. Where's the chat? Before I could see the views and everything and the chat at the same time, but now you've got to take the chat out. Now I can see the like count. I can't see the views. Okay, YouTube. You're screwing with us, yeah? You're just trying to screw with us. All right. I got more views than that. I got more likes. I just can't see what the views are. It's crazy. It's madness. But that's YouTube. All right, people. Big up on yourselves still. Peace.